What's up, guys? Welcome back and bear down. I thought about doing I've got some things in store for you guys this week. I will have some informational stuff before we get to the draft. But I've had people sending me their mock drafts on Twitter and on email, and they're fun. It's fun. I love it. Don't stop. I'm not trying to critique or anything, and I'll try not to critique too hard on this one. But I decided, yeah, this is my channel. It's fun to bring you my information. That's why you guys tune in. You like my opinion. You like the things that I share. Doesn't mean you always agree with me. Doesn't mean I'm always right. You can take, that's the advantage of you guys. You can take my channel. You can take Nick Rohde's channel, you can take Carl's channel, you can take 5 different channels out there and you can compare them and say, this is actually how I really feel. I don't feel exactly like Adam. I don't feel, but it's kind of fun. So I've done all my mock drafts and I've got plenty more that I could share with you, but I've got you guys sending me some of these mock drafts. And there's one of you that I actually asked for a mock draft this morning. And I'm only going to use first names. If in the comments or on the chat thread you want to share that it's your mock draft, feel more than well and do your thing. Let people know, hey, that was my mock draft, and that's cool. You can do that. I'm going to try not to critique it too hard because my opinion is not always right, but I wanted to share 4 mock drafts today that do a couple things. Number one, it shows that none of us know what's going to happen. Like, we all have our opinion and it's fun, but we're a week and 5 days away from the draft right now. And what the Bears are going to do is what the Bears are going to do. And none of us should be upset about it. None of us should be, the Bears have got a vision and a path for it, and they're going to do their thing. And I hope it works out. That's the thing. All of us just hope it's going to work out at the end of the day. So let's jump into this thing and let's have a little bit of fun. All right, so the way it's going to work, we are going to bring up 4 different mock drafts, and I'm actually going to put a poll up afterwards. I'm going to take me off screen here in a minute. Or maybe I'll just make myself really small. But we're going to put 4 mock drafts here side by side by side by side. I'm not revealing anything here. We'll reveal them one by one. And at the end, in the community tab, I'm going to put up a poll, and you guys decide which one you guys like the most. And there clearly is some influence from this channel. You guys watch this channel, and some of you guys enjoy my content. So there will be some influence from that. But I've taken these, and all of them either have 1 trade down or no trade down. So I think it's semi-realistic. All of them are semi-realistic. Whether the players will be there or not is a completely different thing, but there's only so much you can do to control a mock draft and what happens, what falls into your lap. And they all sent me the screenshot, or at least something resembling that, of the mock draft they did. So they're real mock drafts, and none of them are completely unbelievable. So let's pull this to the side here, and we'll have Mikey, Eric, Kraton, and Dan. Those will be the 4 mock drafts. And again, if you want to share this was your mock draft in the chat down below, say, hey, that was my mock draft. Cool, it was me. Whatever you want to do. But we'll go through them one by one. But first of all, here's the trade scenarios that occurred. Well, actually, I forgot I was going to do this. Here's the team needs. You guys can check. I've shown that so many times. There's so many different ways we could go. Running back, linebacker, tight end, wide receiver, safety, defensive end, nose tackle, cornerback, left guard, offensive tackle. So many things they can do. So with that, let's jump into this. So here's the trade scenarios. Dan, right above me here, Dan decided to do no trades. So Dan did no trades. He liked who fell to us at 10. He took his pick at 10. Kraton right next to that, right here. Trade 110 to Indianapolis for 114 and 245. And if we're not going Tyler Warren, you might say, well, that's a little bit of an overpay to go from 14 to 10 and get their second rounder. Well, if they want Tyler Warren and they want to beat us out of it, Indianapolis wants tight end. And if Tyler Warren's there at 10, this is very realistic to me. So I'm going to say that's very realistic. Eric said trade 10 and 5 148 to Seattle for 118, 250, and 4 137. I think this one might have been derived from the ESPN article. No, because that was 21. But it's very similar in nature. We're getting their second rounder plus a little kicker, a sweetener, because we've pick swapped our 5th rounder for their late 4th rounder. So that's a realistic scenario to me. And then Mikey, very similar scenario to Eric's, where we trade 110 to Seattle for 118, 250. So same thing starting. And then instead of a pick swap, we're getting their 4th rounder next year. So it's a pretty realistic scenario. So here we go, one by one. First one, Mikey's. So Mikey took Kenneth Grant. You guys know I already love this one. You've already won me over, Mikey. 118, Kenneth Grant. I'm done. I'm sold. We're good. But then Omarion Hampton, which I don't think it's likely to happen, but hey, it happened in your mock draft. Cool. Let's roll with it. Omarion Hampton falls to 239. And guys, this could happen. If a team falls in love with Travion Henderson or Quinshawn Judkins or Caleb Johnson and they take them ahead of Omarion Hampton, it could you don't know what's going to happen until the draft happens. So Omarion Hampton goes 239. Landon Jackson 241. So you already know I'm loving this draft. We're going to add to it Xavier Watts, safety out of Notre Dame with the extra pick. I'm sold. Ozzie Trapio, who we know the Bears had showed a little bit of interest in. Boston College, the connection with Ryan Poles, 372. Dylan Fairchild beefing up the offensive line. Luke Lackey, I'd probably prefer a higher ranked tight end, but hey, we're putting that tight end too in. We can develop him. And Nick Nash, San Jose State wide receiver, who showed huge upside potential. So we've covered our defensive tackle, our defensive end, a safety, offensive tackle, offensive lineman, tight end, wide receiver. This fills a lot of the needs. I like this mock draft, Mikey. If it could happen, sign me up. Check mark. I'm sold. Let's go. All right, next up we got Eric. Very similar. As we know, he traded down, just a different way of trading down. Instead of next year's fourth, we pick swapped that fifth up to a fourth round pick. So he's taking Kenneth Grant. Again, sold Princely Uman. You guys know I'm in love with Cam Scataboo. Skit, scat, scoodle-doo, flip-flop, flea. You know I'm in love with the Scataboo, and I'm happy with this. So, but Omarion Hampton, Cam Scataboo, which one? I just don't think Omarion Hampton will fall to 239. Cam Scataboo should be available at 241. Both good running backs in my book. Now, you've sold me on this one because Ariante Ursery could play guard, could play tackle. Man, kicking him in there with that extra pick, I'm sold. I want this extra pick now after you guys. You've picked up Xavier Watts and Ariante Ursery with your extra picks on these ones. I'm sold. Sign me up for either one of these. Then you're picking up tight end Mason Taylor with 372. Nick Martin, who we know the Bears have been interested in, linebacker with 4,137. Craig Woodson, who I haven't spent a lot of time on this channel. So good pickup there, Eric. Craig Woodson at safety. I don't know if he will make it into the draft. He could be an undrafted free agent, but that's what you're doing with pick 7,233 and 7,240. You're taking guys that are those fringe. You're going to see some guys picked here with these two picks by the Bears that are going to be fringe players that everybody could have been thinking, oh, these are undrafted free agents, or people are, that's a steal at 7,233. So I like the pick. I like getting a little help in the safety room as well. And we know safeties can develop. Elijah Hicks was an undrafted free agent for the Bears. Well, no, he was actually a 7th rounder or a 6th rounder for the Bears. So same type of situation, they can develop. And Efton Chisholm, who's cooled off, who played huge in the Shrine Bowl. In the Shrine Bowl, played huge, and his highlight tape pops off, but he's from Eastern Washington, small school, so some people may be doubting him. So I like these picks. These are good picks. We've covered our defensive tackle, defensive end, covered the trenches right off the bat. Got your offensive line covered. Didn't really cover the offensive tackle, but Ariante Ursery can do either or. So I see the vision here. We probably need to have another offensive lineman, though, to beef up our room before we head into the season. But there's only so much you can do with 7 or 8 picks. So I get the vision. I like it. I'm rolling with it. So I dig it. All right. Next up, we got Kraton. I don't think Kraton minds at all. So if you guys need your breaking news on Jervon Dexter, Kraton's your man. I like this. I like this draft, Kraton. I think you've kind of gone trench drunk on us. I think you really went trench drunk. It looks like 6 out of your 8 picks were the line. But man, this team has been complaining about the trenches for how many years? So you getting 6 out of the 8 picks on the trenches? I see the vision there too. Finally want to fix this thing. So Mykel Williams, 114. If he's there at 114, I don't see a problem once we've traded down and picked up an extra pick. I like it. Donovan Jackson, guard, is what he will play, but he can also kick out to tackle, as we know from him playing at Ohio State. So Donovan Jackson coming in to fill in behind Joe Tooney, learn behind Joe Tooney, but can also kick out to tackle if need be. I like this pick too. Travion Henderson, running back, same thing. It's this cluster of 5 running backs. I'm not the most sold on Travion Henderson. I know some of you guys are. So Kraton, not knocking the pick at all. I think it's the right place to pick a running back, so I get it. At 245, Jonah Savania from Arizona, also solidifying that offensive line, doing the same thing. Another player that probably could kick out to tackle if needed, play tackle in college. Same type of situation as Ariante Ursery, and a mean streak. Watch him at the combine, and it's really smooth and fluid too. So I like the pick of Jonah Savania. CJ West and Riley Mills is probably where you're losing me just a little bit here with the 2 defensive tackles. But again, solidifying the trenches, I get the vision. So I'm not knocking it. I just think it might be a little overkill when we have some other needs, like you've neglected tight end, but maybe you want to pick one up in free agency, or maybe we sign one after the draft. So again, not knocking it. I like both of them. I like CJ West. I like Riley Mills. Riley Mills with the injury, he's going to take some time to get back, so I can understand that one. Good 3-tech. He can compete with Jervon Dexter, learn behind Grady Jarrett. I think there's a good opportunity there as well. Jimmy Horn Jr., wide receiver, Colorado, getting a little speed in the room. And then Jacob Gideon, who I haven't projected at all. In fact, I don't think I've even mentioned his name on this channel. Center for Michigan, bringing in that depth, same type of situation. You're looking at undrafted free agent, Verge, 7th rounder. I get the vision. I like the vision. Kraton, I'm going to accept yours as well. If this happened, I would accept it. And last but not least, we'll just move me off. Dan stuck at 110 and took Ashton Jeanty. And you guys know my stance on this, no running back first round. But as I look at the rest of your draft, Dan, you've filled all the needs that this team really has. Like, you've done a good job of filling the needs. You've shown me that it's possible for us to take running back. You probably want to see my face while I say this, because people are like, oh no, he said it's possible for us to take Ashton Jeanty? What? It's possible? Guys, I'm not in love with the fact of taking Ashton Jeanty in the first. But if you're filling all the other needs, I can get behind it. I will get behind whatever the Bears do. And this is you guys' run mock draft. So it's realistic that one of you guys is going to want to take Ashton Jeanty. So Ashton Jeanty at 110, taking Josh Connerly at 239 if he falls there. And I get that this is a mock draft. The Bears have brought him in for a top 30, so this is very realistic. We could do this. Tyleik Williams, defensive tackle, not my I want more of a run defending, tackling defensive tackle, but there is so much film on Tyleik Williams that I have not shared with you guys yet, where he is a monster. I mean, he gets into the backfield. He disrupts things. I do like Tyleik Williams. And I do think Dan said he's a proclaimed Oregon fan. So Josh Connerly, Jordan Birch, but I don't think either of them are reaches, because I think Jordan Birch is so undervalued just because he's a little developmental. But you've got Montez Sweat, you've got Dayo Odengbo, you've got Austin Booker. Getting a guy that's a little bit developmental would not kill the Bears at defensive end, with the huge upside of Jordan Birch. He gets pressure. He can bully guys. He's huge. So I like the pick at 372 here of taking defensive end. In fact, if we miss at the top of the draft at defensive end, if we take in running back and we miss and we've got to take trenches the next three, I don't mind these options. Josh Connerly, Tyleik Williams, Jordan Birch, good options. Now with the day 3 picks, you're kind of solidifying depth, and I like it. Sebastian Castro, the Bears have shown interest in, safety from Iowa. Cody Simon, linebacker from Ohio State, national champion. I like it as well. And Jonah Monheim, who's played with Caleb. He was not the center, but he's definitely going to play center at the next level. 32-inch arms. I think maybe even under. I think it was 31.5-inch arms or something. But he's played tackle. He's played versatile on the entire offensive line. He's played with Caleb before. That doesn't mean anything. It actually does build a little camaraderie, and it builds the team unity when you have a connection like that. So Ashton Jeanty, Josh Connerly, Tyleik Williams, Jordan Birch, Sebastian Castro, Cody Simon, Jonah Monheim. That's actually a really solid draft. That's a really solid mock draft. So I'll give it to you, Dan. That's a pretty good one. So you guys take note of these. Mikey, Kenny Grant, Omarion Hampton, Landon Jackson, Xavier Watts, Ozzie Trapillo, Dylan Fairchild, Luke Lackey, Nick Nash. I don't think you hit tight end either. So I don't love, but hey, there's options. Just like with Kraton, there's options. And we're only going to be able to fill so many of the needs. And then we're going to have to hit a couple of, undrafted free agents. And then, a couple league minimum signings of guys that are coming back and trying to prove themselves or something of that nature to fill out the 90-man roster. So I don't hate it. I don't love it. I want to hear your guys' opinions on these. So you got Mikey, Eric, Kraton, and Dan. Let me know in the comments, but also go to the community thread. I'm going to have up a poll. We'll leave it up there till next week, and we'll kind of highlight the one that you guys voted on. It can go any one of these ways. That we have no idea what the Bears are going to do on draft night yet, and honestly, it could be a mix and match and a collaboration of all these. It could be some players we aren't even thinking of. So who knows what the Bears are going to do. But I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for being a part of the channel. Thanks for being a part of the community. It means a lot to me, and it's a lot of fun to share this with you. Hopefully this is a little bit of fun to break up some of the knowledge, informational overload that I sometimes do. Sometimes I pack in too many information, stats, and analysis things. I do that sometimes. I'm sorry, but hopefully this is a little bit of fun for you guys. I know you guys want the fun sometimes. So with that, I appreciate you tuning in. If you don't mind hitting the like button, subscribing, hitting the notification bell. Till next time, the Bears bear down.